everyone, and welcome to this special edition of Posse Talks, where today we are going to talk a little bit more about the weekend-long fundraiser that will be happening this Friday through Sunday. So if you've been following on our social media, you will have seen that there's a fundraiser coming up, and we'll be doing different events to come together as a community, including virtual trivia night on Friday, as well as a live stream concert on Saturday and community yoga on Sunday morning. All these events are going to be wonderful to bring our community together and to focus on a cause that means a lot to us, and that is nannies suffering due to coronavirus. So many nannies are facing job insecurity or financial insecurity or health risks due to the coronavirus, whether they have lost their jobs completely or have gotten sick because they have had to continue to take public transit to continue to work throughout this time of lockdown. Now, when we decided that we were going to help nannies in need, we knew that we didn't have the capacity to start a whole new fund or a whole new charity to help these nannies. What we knew is that we could rally our community and give to organizations that were already doing the work. So we identified two that have been doing this work for a while and are actively working to help nannies and domestic workers during this time. Domestic Workers Alliance, or the National Domestic Workers Alliance, has a coronavirus care fund that they are raising money for and working to help not only nannies but domestic workers in general throughout this time of financial insecurity. So far, they've helped close to 2,500 domestic workers, and by the end of this fund, their fundraising efforts are trying to help 10,000 individuals. Qualifying nannies and domestic workers can reach out to the National Domestic Workers Alliance to get a $400 Visa gift card in order to help them out immediately during this time of need. They want to make sure that they're doing what they can to get these funds to these people and these individuals as soon as possible. Because one thing to note with nannies and domestic workers is they tend to be individuals of color or women or immigrants, and they also tend to work paycheck to paycheck. This means that when something like this happens, it devastates them in a way that is unimaginable. They are not prepared for this, and they don't have the resources, nor do they necessarily know where to go to in order to help them get back on their feet. For many of the housekeepers, they have lost their jobs entirely as people decide not to have the extra bodies in their home. However, housekeepers cannot work virtually at all. Nannies have been working virtually somewhat, but it is a significant pay cut in many areas as well. It's not quite the same, and it doesn't work for everyone. A virtual nanny can work for a school-age child who's trying to get their schoolwork done or needs help, or maybe a story time while the parents are working, but a toddler and an infant just won't do. So that, again, virtual nannying doesn't work for everyone, and virtual housekeeping or other domestic work doesn't apply in these instances. So they're losing out on work, and they need the help and the resources of a fund like the National Domestic Workers Alliance. So their efforts are working to help now as nannies and domestic workers inquire and qualify for these funds. Another organization that we identified is called the Fairy God Nanny Foundation. Now, unlike the National Domestic Workers Alliance, which is a 501c3, the Fairy God Nanny Foundation is a private fund. They've been around for about 2 years, helping nannies get professional development opportunities. During this time, they realized that they could use their platform of already helping nannies to help nannies who are struggling due to coronavirus. So like the National Domestic Workers Alliance, they have a process for nannies to qualify in order to get emergency funding for any sort of financial need that they have. Along with helping nannies who are affected, the Fairy Godnanny Foundation is doing something else that is pretty spectacular, and the reason that they caught my eye was the fact that they're also helping the surviving children of nannies who have passed due to the coronavirus. Unfortunately, we have already lost nannies in our industry due to this horrible virus, and one of the main reasons that these nannies have fallen ill is because they have had to continue to take public transit during this difficult and scary time. They not only continue to put themselves at risk, but continue to put themselves in a hotbed of risk by taking this public transit. And unfortunately, they paid the ultimate price. Now, the Fairy Godnanny Foundation does not want to forget about them and does not want to leave their children unsupported. So as the community that we are here in the nanny industry, they are reaching out to these families and the children to make sure that they are also taken care of during this difficult time. These two organizations are doing amazing work, and we are so proud to be able to do what we can to help them in this time of need. We would love for you all to join us this weekend during our fundraiser, but we would also love for you to support these two organizations by donating to our fundraiser on nannyposse.com/givingback. So that's the link that I mentioned that will be in the discussion section of this video. I hope that you also realize that during this time we have isolated ourselves quite a bit, and it's important to come together as a community when we can, which is also why we have 3 different community style events throughout the weekend. Now, we do ask that if you participate in the trivia night or yoga, that you donate something. However, please join in wherever you can, whichever day. If you're just looking to connect with people and enjoy your time in this virtual world, we would love to see you take part in one of our events or all of our events. The concert will also be live streamed on YouTube and on Facebook, and it will be a fun time for all. So I cannot wait to see you this weekend, and I hope now you have a better understanding of why we're doing this fundraiser and who you'll be supporting if you choose to donate. Until next time, this has been Jasmine with Posse Talks.